and welcome to another episode of Rift News. There is so much to talk about. There is no time for an intro, so let's get right into it. Let's start with League. On live servers, the Black Frost skins and Hextech Sejuani were just released. But the more important component of patch 10.5 are Eternals. Eternals are now officially available for purchase, which means that depending on how well they will sell now, we will see if Riot decides to put more development time into them. Personally, I still think that players should get a skin capsule or a Hextech gem for completing an Eternal set. Otherwise, Eternals still feel like they are lacking real rewards. Next, if you check the Clash tab in the live client, you may notice that the next Clash was scheduled from the 9th of March to the 14th of March. But besides Eternals and the next Clash date, that's pretty much all the new stuff related to gameplay. But we got more things on Universe. There, the other thing that went live this week was a story update for Clash, Singed, and Talon got a new story that revealed what we already theorized. He was the one who was sent to kill Katarina. But more on that when we cover the story on our channel. Although that's it for all the new live things, PBE released an insanely massive update. I mean, we kinda figured that there would be a big patch coming, we knew there were new Darkstar skins coming, with them TFT would also get a new season based around them, and there were all the assets for new Little Legends and other Darkstar teasers. But still, I didn't expect this monstrosity. So let's start with all the things related to League. Out of nowhere, Riot decided to dump 8 new skins onto PBE, including 2 legendary skins. Just like we had a dual legendary skin for Soraka with Night and Dawn, this time we got Cosmic and Dark Cosmic Lux. Now, I am fully aware of the fact that some people are about to lose it. After all, it is yet another legendary skin for a champion that already has more than a dozen skins. But I'm fine with it because you need to realize, these popular champion skins are the reason why the more forgotten champions can get skins at all. Your time will come, Ornn. Don't worry about it. So let's have a look at these 2 legendaries. As you would expect, the quality is over the roof. One could almost argue it is better than Lux's ultimate skin. To me, it's pretty much just about preference. Do you like sparkly fantasy elemental spells? Or do you like to cast supernovas and collide planets to deal damage? Because that's exactly what Cosmic Lux does. If you look closely, her E summons 2 solar systems that slowly collide. The one disadvantage of this skin could be that her spells are extremely easy to read. Because they are so sparkly, it is really hard to miss them during a teamfight. So if you want to get competitive, maybe this isn't the best skin to play. Of course, because we are talking about a legendary skin, Cosmic Lux got a new voiceover as well. And she is packed full of new and creative animations, which include vacuum cleaning, playing golf, and playing Beat Saber to the Darkstar theme. Which, by the way, could very well appear in normal Beat Saber as well. After all, Riot has partnered with Beat Saber before when they brought us the KDA songs. Who knows, maybe Darkstar will appear there as well. The second legendary skin is Dark Cosmic Lux, with a similar theme like Dark Cosmic Jin. It's not exactly Darkstar, because the Darkstar champions are more mindless, but the Dark Cosmic line is closely related to them. Here the skin has the exact same animations as the normal Cosmic counterpart. She is also vacuum cleaning, she is also playing golf, and she's also playing Beat Saber. The only real difference here is the theme and the spells. All of her abilities are obviously darker here, and instead of star systems colliding, her E is a black hole that references the bending of light around Event Horizon. This was first calculated, captured and published in April 2019. What's happening here is that as the light is being emitted from the light ring around a black hole, it is being warped by the gravitational pull of the black hole, and it is flung towards us. Therefore, at the bottom we see the normal half of the light ring, but the top is actually what's behind the black hole. We just see it because the light was bent from behind the hole and it was flung towards us. A pretty cool reference to science if you ask me. She also plays a darker version of Beat Saber. Overall, yes, these are yet another Lux skins, but they are pretty good Lux skins at that. And if at this point you are wondering what that weird legendary icon was about, well, it wasn't a teaser for a Syndra skin or Elise as we thought. In fact, I feel cheated because this was a great misdirection. These 2 mysterious figures are Cosmic Lux and Dark Cosmic Lux. You just can't see their faces because this is what they look like when they put on their space VR. You can see that's what they are wearing when they are playing Beat Saber. But now let's move on to the other skins. Next we have Darkstar Malphite. At this point, it's getting proven that no matter how weird of a champion you pick, they can always be turned into a great Darkstar skin. Jarvan is the only odd one, but we don't talk about Jarvan. The cooldown on Malphite's passive is indicated by an extra plate on his back. Or is it front? He has back on his front. His Q sends out a rotating black hole. His W gives him extra claws. His E is a pulse of dark magic. And his ultimate is glorious. But if you remember the prestige skin roadmap, you also know that Malphite is the one who is getting a prestige skin this time around. And to be honest, it looks really good. The only irony is in the name Darkstar, because for a Darkstar champion, he's not very dark, is he? In fact, Prestige Garen is darker than Malphite. But nevertheless, although this Prestige skin isn't really a remodel, it is still a pretty cool recolor of the original. As I said, Malphite as a Darkstar champion is pretty awesome, and the Prestige version doesn't take away from it. Next we have Darkstar Mordekaiser. This skin was teased during the video where Riot talked about their plans for skins in 2020, which means that since Darkstar Mordekaiser was real, Elderwood Ornn will also likely become a reality, which is a bit sad, because the Elderwood skin line isn't the most exciting to me, and I doubt a lot of people will get it, which will send Ornn further down into the not so successful spiral. Anyway, let's talk about Mordekaiser. Easily one of the best Mordekaiser skins out there. Don't get confused by the other Mordekaiser skin here. This is just a skin that was cancelled many years ago. Skin spotlights just think they are being funny. Which they are, I just don't want to confuse you. Mordekaiser's abilities are full of Darkstar Matter and Celestial Flames, which gives him an amazing color palette of purple and orange. But the one ability that really stands out is his ultimate. Darkstar Mordekaiser pulls you into the Darkstar realm, where stars are consuming worlds, and it looks absolutely stellar. Although you may notice a tiny Runeterra orbiting around. And although this model shows the other side of Runeterra as well, it's just a skin and this was put there to make the planet look more interesting. So this model has nothing to do with the canon representation of Runeterra. But besides this one missed opportunity, it's a 10 out of 10 skin for me. And the last Darkstar skin is Darkstar Xerath. Just like Mordekaiser, he got the same purple and orange color palette. And in fact, it looks so good on Xerath. It feels like Xerath was made for Darkstar. His Q is a giant solar beam. His W is a falling Darkstar. His E is a flying black hole. And his ultimate are even more falling Darkstars. Xerath already had some pretty amazing skins. And yet again, I think Darkstar tops them all. But besides the Darkstar skins, Riot also revealed 3 new additions to the D&D skin line. We have Taric Lumen Shield, which surprisingly looks more prestige than other prestige skins. And even his spells are quite flashy as well. Then we have Twitch Shadowfoot, which is like an upgraded version of medieval Twitch. Seeing how much loot he has in his backpack, he is your typical thief in a D&D game. But instead of having more green toxic spell effects, he's more on the shadowy side, which again plays more towards the sneaking thief idea. What's also pretty cool about this skin is that Twitch's voice has higher pitch, which makes him sound more like a mouse and less like a rat.
Exterminate this! It'll only hurt till you die. How do you aim with all this light?
And the last one is Talon Blackwood, which is your D&D Elven Assassin. Similar to Twitch, his abilities are also on the shadowy side, but unfortunately it is hard to get creative with Talon's abilities. And so the skin is fine, but I expected a bit more from a 1350 RP skin. On Twitter it was revealed that all the D&D skins will get 8 Chroma Skins, and the Darkstar skins have 6 Chroma Skins, with some extra chromas for the old Darkstar skins. Since there are some green versions among them, one could guess that one of them would be given away by creators, but as of right now, we have no idea which one that will be. Besides the Chroma Skins, Surrender 20 also datamined a lot of new Darkstar icons, some icons for old TFT Little Legends, a Galaxy's Ward, Darkstar emotes, and even Darkstar loot. After all, this is a big Darkstar event, so it's not surprising to see it. Which takes us to the other massive part of this event, TFT. First of all, we finally got to see all the evolutions and Chroma Skins of the 3 new Little Legends. And remember how I said that I really like the Squid and the Whale, but I didn't really like the Space Knight? Well, after checking the chromas, I actually like all 3 of them, which to me has never happened before. So let's have a look at some of the more interesting chromas. They all share some themes. For example, they all have an Odyssey version. The Squid has Odyssey crew clothing. The Whale is called Galaxy Slayer, themed after Zed, and it is eating aura orbs. And Galaxy Slayer Abyssia is themed after the monsters we fought in the PvE mode, which is super cool to see. Both the whale and the squid also have a Dreadnought skin, which for Abyssia was replaced with a Darkin version, which was quite unexpected. And all of them also have their special versions. The whale has an Orca version, the squid can be an ice cream, and Abyssia has a wooden mask. See, I knew the last one would somehow disappoint me anyway. But as I said, in the end, all of these little legends have some cool versions. And unfortunately, my wallet will pay for it. And speaking of my wallet, TFT Galaxies is trying a new thing when it comes to monetization. No, don't worry, you don't have to freak out. It's not actually bad. They call it Galaxies Pass Plus. You see, up until now, each TFT set came with free pass which gave you rewards the more you played. That is unchanged. And even the free rewards are the same. You will still be able to get free maps. Which, by the way, this time around they are so much better. They are not just recolors like they were previously. They have their own themes and special remodels. There is the crash site, a space parking lot, and a space park. Of course, you will also be able to get some emotes and even some free eggs. But on top of that, you can buy an upgraded version of the pass that will give you even more rewards. Specifically, 2 new kinds of rewards. First of all, just for buying it, you will get a UFO sprite as a little legend. From Riot's side, this is pretty clever, because by doing this, they can keep Sprite's animations the same, and they only give him a new model. In other words, remaking older little legends is way faster than making new ones, so extra points for being efficient. But what's even better, purchasing Galaxies Pass Plus will also allow you to unlock Space Mole, which can actually level up if you progress further into the pass. I'm not gonna lie, I love this guy. But the other new reward besides the extra little legends are new damage indicators. Every time you win a round, you may notice little particle effects that fly out from your units and hit the enemy. That's how you damage them. Well, Riot thought, what if we make those particle effects way cooler? And so, by purchasing Pass Plus, you can kill your enemies with a Celestial Blast, a Water Blast, a Star Nova, or Hyper Beam, which actually looks way cooler in the game. But that should be all the interesting rewards we know about. If you look at the entire system, you may realize that the new TFT Pass works exactly like some other passes in games like Fortnite or Apex Legends. You have your free rewards, which here would be some extra maps and emotes, but you can also pay for extra rewards, which here would be special little legends and damage indicators. On the Pass roadmap, you can see which ones are free and which ones are locked behind Pass Plus by looking at the icon below the rewards. Either it says free or it has a little lock there. But even though this is already a lot of new stuff for TFT, Riot didn't think it was enough, and they dropped 3 more purchasable boards. These are Darkstar, which has a giant Darkstar Titan in the background, a Cosmic Arena, which has a Cosmic Titan behind it, and an Infernal Cosmic Arena, which is likely themed around stuff like Ashen Lord Aurelian. But in a separate post about TFT, Riot even confirmed that there are 3 more arenas themed around Odyssey that are coming as well. And since many of you know that I hold Odyssey very close to my heart, I can't wait. Lastly, Riot finally revealed what are their plans for ranked rewards for TFT. Just like you get a Victoria skin in League, if you get gold or higher in TFT, you will get a Victorious Little Legend. The little legend that will receive this skin will be the most iconic little legend for that set. So for set 1, Silverwing was revealed to be the first Victorious skin. But we still don't know what the set 2 little legend will be. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the true damage little legends. So that's all of the major new things that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, since we have talked about TFT for 8 minutes, the new set is up for testing on PBE now. The set is fun to play and it is flexible just like set 2 was. Although, the one thing that people keep talking about is the new shop in-game. Instead of champions being represented by their splash art, you can see their models in the shop. Which, I do agree, it's not the prettiest thing to look at, but I know a couple of people who don't play a league and they only play TFT. And these people legitimately have hard time recognizing champions based on their splash art. So the models are a huge improvement in that way. Riot just needs to figure out how to make them prettier. Personally, I adapted to the change after my first 2 games, and I really don't think it is something that would be ruining the game. Riot is aware of the feedback they got, so we know they are trying to fix things. But I don't think returning to splash art is a good idea. And now, to finish this video, there are 3 more things we should address. First of all, even though Fiddlesticks is still not being tested on PBE, Riot is testing a teaser for Fiddlesticks on Summoner's Rift. The model is in the files, and there is supposed to be a trigger that may spawn a crawling Fiddlesticks in the jungle. He will probably just quickly dash from bush to bush, and that is meant to scare you. And just to remind you, this is going to scare you. But as of right now, people still don't know how the trigger works, or what the teaser even does. The next topic is that pretty much out of nowhere, Riot decided to close their official forums, which some may also refer to as boards. They are doing this because these boards were not being used nearly as much as Riot would have hoped for. Usually, if players want to discuss something, they go to Reddit, Twitter or Facebook. The boards were mostly used for stuff like bugs or technical support, which is why Riot will move most of their communications to the platforms players use the most. So expect Riot to be even more active on Reddit. With that said, they mentioned that they are working on a different system that will replace boards. And that is likely where people will discuss bugs and other problems. So, is this a big bad change? No, the chances are you probably didn't use the boards either. But it is sad to see something as essential as official forums go. And finally, the last thing in this video are the new Valorant teasers. On Valorant's social media sites, Riot decided to post short clips of the agents in action. Right now, the only one we got is about Phoenix, the British guy who is playing with fire. But more clips of other agents should arrive soon. But if you want more info on Valorant, check out our last video, which is 19 minutes of nothing but info about Valorant. But with that, that is going to be it for this video. It feels like every time I turn around, Riot spews out even more news. There is a rumor that the Valorant beta may arrive this week. But damn it, I got lore to cover. If it was anyone else, it would be fine if I waited. But we got glad. Just glad. Hey, did you know that we have social media and Twitch where we talk about other league facts and stories? And did you know that we have neat mugs and shirts too? The links to all of that will be below. And as always, thank you, come again.